all the booths and use the element.
All right, everyone, we've all recorded this session. These will be our meeting minutes or our notes, and it will be uploaded to the UCC website in your own voice. It'll be verbatim.
All right. Well, welcome to the April Wake County Utility Coordinating Committee meeting, the forum where we develop relationships amongst the various stakeholders for underground facility damage prevention, and more importantly than damage prevention is public safety. So this is when we get together, we build relationships. So when you start digging in the ground and you don't know what's there, or you discover something, you know who to call and all of that good stuff. So we'll go ahead and get started on this. And I understand it's been a minute since I've been here. Thank those the graciousness of those who have stepped in my absence. And but I understand we do a level 1 safety meeting to kick things off these days. So we'll go ahead and do that. Who's going to run that?
It looks like I am.
Okay.
I need somebody to call 811, and I'm going to start. Hopefully, Sandra will put you, so when you call, you can go out and meet whoever it is and bring them in. You have a badge, you can get to the building. Sandra, if I don't your name correctly, I apologize. And Sandra, you're going to be the first responders out there since you are calling 911. You are badged. I need somebody to lead the evacuation, and it can be out the doors or through this single door up here to the right, kind of split up. We'll go to the right and meet over there by the Dominion Energy sign. Is that correct, Sandra?
Yes.
I saw a guy who is the leader of this. I'm sorry. Guy, we're going to task you with that. You're going to leave. And I will grab everybody in the sign-in roster. Hopefully everybody here has had a chance to sign in. I'll grab the sign-in roster. We'll do a count to make sure we're counting for everybody. Not worry about time. Please, about 30 minutes, we'll just kind of stand up and do your little stuff, a little stretch. Don't get all jacked up. Anybody know about CPR? Anybody? What's your name? Justin. Tiffany? Okay, Tim. It goes down and I'll back her up. Okay. Yeah, it's always good to have it. Tiffany goes down, everybody's down there looking at each other. All right, that's it, sir.
That's it. All right, is this to do standard protocol, Dominion Energy housekeeping?
Yeah, it's just kind of awareness type thing. I'll add sure we're gonna run hide or keep the snot out of that individual.
Concealed carry, in spite of the signs. Don't tell us. Don't ask, don't tell. Not that anybody would do that. All righty. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll introduce, my name's Guy Smith. I'm the sometimes practical county chair, the Wake County UCC. I'll move to my right here.
Don Greasedick, Charter Inspector.
Dave Holder, City Raleigh.
Waters Engineering.
Credit UCA.
Billy, Raleigh Water. Brandon Daughtry locates Raleigh Water.
Josh Everett, ABT Utilities, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Tiffany, I Dominion Energy.
Matt Sharp, Always.
Aaron Evans, AV Companies. Lucas Brand Hyper Networks. Stephen Schmidt Hyper Networks.
Don Proctor, Dominion Energy.
Jackie Parker, Dominion Energy. Sharon Clay, Dominion Energy. Sandra Johnson, Dominion Energy. I'm also president of the state UCC.
If you Dominion Energy located across the line.
And I got a problem with that. I'll get to stage first, but the folks online, you have to speak up. The speaker and the mic here in the center of the room so unable for them to hear you. And I apologize for the flashing too. This is the computer system trying to go back and forth. And it'll look independently during the meeting. But yeah, you have to speak up a little bit so folks online can hear you. We got a new person who entered. I believe his initials are Trevor Green. So, Trevor Green, Dominion Energy.
There we go. Sign in. Oh, thanks.
And we've got 12 online.
All right, let's introduce themselves. See, Mark, you want to get started? I think he's just faking it. How about Robert?
Did you want me to say Mark Worth, Dominion Energy?
Yeah, let's see your smiling face. How about that?
You don't want to do that.
Okay. All right. What else we got on there? Robert?
Yeah, good morning, folks. Robert with USIC. Good to see everyone.
All righty. Eric?
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Terry Newman with GAC Enterprises.
All righty. There's you see Lewis there. How about you, Lewis?
Yeah, Louis Panzer, NCA11. Glad to be here.
All righty. Well, folks kind of went away on me there. Let's see. Jeffrey Helms?
Yeah, Jeffrey Helms, fiber engineer with Segra.
Alrighty. And lower left-hand corner, I can't quite read that. Is that Desmond?
Desmond.
Hey, Desmond.
Hey, Desmond Whitfield with the City of Raleigh.
Thanks for joining us. Christine?
Hey everyone, Christian Green with Hyper Networks OSP Manager.
And then Philip Wilson?
Hey, good morning. Google Fiber Construction Manager.
Alrighty. And Ken, you don't have the last name up, so forgive us. Alrighty. Who are the other 13 participants?
Can't tell. Get so many on here, it just gives you a number.
Alrighty. Alright, well, I don't know who else is on, so we'll go ahead and move on. Before we go any further, I want to thank Matt. Who's Matt? I don't know that I've met Matt. Hey, Matt. All right. Matt with Premier All Roads. Appreciate you providing lunch today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you the support of Premier. So, good deal. All right. So since you guys have changed some things, Barry, what's next? What's old business that we got?
Yeah.
What's old business going on? What's happening? What's going on? You know, he's having opportunities for improvement out there. None?
Did you say old business?
Yeah, old business. Opportunities for improvement.
That's new business.
Okay.
Opportunities for improvement.
Yeah.
So I got an email from a utility company a week or so ago looking for who was responsible for a nation. So I don't want to give too much away, so I'll give the people afterwards. Come to find out that the person had a locate done on this, it was a fake locate. He called it in just to find out who the utility were in that area, so he could determine who did the job or not. So I pretty much told him that's probably not the proper use of 811 and our resources, and he probably shouldn't do that going forward. However, I think it's probably going to continue that practice. But just wanted to mention it to everybody that 811 is not for just to find out who's utilities are in the area to make a phone call.
Let me know after the meeting, I'll reach out to them.
Okay.
Yeah. There's alternative ways to use it. Obviously, the nearest component.
Damage contact.
Yeah. All of that. So, yeah.
I understood that that's the easy way to do it, but there's other ways we should do it. So.
Okay. Well, thanks for bringing that forward. So since we talked about locates, Robert, we come to you for the locate, for the what's going on in the locate community.
Yeah, somehow I guessed you were going to come to me next. Let's see.
More of the same. I think one of our biggest activity we have going on in Wake County is we're working pretty closely with MCNC, Andy Lavon, who's the outside plant engineer. They're going from pretty much a handhold down on New Bern Avenue near Wake Med, going approximately 11 or so miles to the Wake Tech campus. So that is a very highly congested from a what's below the ground, including traffic control. So yeah, that's been taking up a lot of resources to make sure we get that right due to just a sheer amount of high profile facilities going down that area. Along with, all the other stuff that normally goes on, right? But that is our current priority job that we're trying to navigate at this time.
Okay. Any challenges with any of the contractors or, business as usual, things going well?
Yeah, you broke up a little bit. Were you talking to me, Guy?
Yeah, I was, Robert.
Yeah. So it's business as usual. We're working, again on New Bern, we're working very closely with Diversified Utility Group, with multiple subs we had out there, including Tucker Incorporated. No, we have good relationship from Metronet to, if they're not in Wake County, but I heard Lucas here with Hyper, Google, AT&T, and the Ting Fiber we have going on in this market. And so far, we appreciate all of us, all our technicians in the field. Appreciate the coordination, working with us, helping us mark the right tickets.
All right, good deal. That was great. So since you mentioned
Harris, the microphone sucks. I'm just going to tell you, it's scratching like an old blanket for the rest of us here. When the rest of us are talking, it's all nice and clear. But is there a problem with the speaker or something that you have the microphone on your internal thing? It's really coming across poor.
It's probably the internet connection.
Well, the video seems to be fine, but it's just super scratchy coming out of the speaker for here.
Yeah,
and I think everybody here on the rest of the calls, we're struggling.
So I'm not sure.
Maybe just clean the tip or do, I don't know, unplug it, plug it back in, something.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. It get any better?
Yeah, that's much better, actually. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Well, it was, but we'll just move on.
Well, since you brought up Hyper Networks, what's happening out there in your world? How are things going for you?
It's going. Installing lots of Google, as most of you guys know. There's something that I wanted to bring up, I guess, for suggestions. So in the Damage Prevention Safety Act, it does state that the utility responders are supposed to mark what the identity of the utility every 200 feet. And lots of times I feel like that's missed. And as far as excavation, it is what it is. If we see 4 orange marks, we're going to do 4 potholes every 50 feet down our line to expose those facilities. My problem when I'm investigating damages and I get a damage come in, wherever that damage is, they always seem to choose the closest mark. And we have a dispute that, hey, we identified that utility, but I just feel like there's a little foul play there. And it's a regular occurrence. It's a very regular occurrence. So I was wondering if anyone had suggestions as far as a solution goes with that, because from what we're seeing in the field, most telecoms aren't being identified, and it's really hurting us as far as the damage investigations go. But NC 811 law is not being followed properly there.
So they're not putting the paint on the ground, or is the information on the flags?
Correct. So say we have a Spectrum on here, we potholed that line, but then an AT&T line got hit. Well, they'll say, I'll get a damage investigation package. I'll sync with our supervisor and say, hey, this is what got hit. They're like, no, we potholed that. That was so-and-so line. But I was like, well, they're claiming that to not be so-and-so line. They're claiming that to be this line. They're like, that's not true, but we don't have the evidence. I'll go back to pre-construction photos. Yeah, I have all the marks on the ground, but no identity of what those are, just telecom marks.
Okay, so do we have locators in here for telecom besides Lewis? Robert?
Yeah, I mean, as far as USIC is concerned, I mean, we perform our independent investigation, Lucas, as you know. We've had some dealing with you guys as well. And then at the end of the day, our customers and or their third party, assuming they have a third party, they do their own independent investigation. They're not solely taking what we provide as gospel. Let me make that very clear. Secondly, we certain customers wants USIC to identify them on the flag, and certain customers do not. So, for example, if we put ATT-D and that's what's on the flag, then we're putting that every so many feet, then you're not going to find ATT-D written on the ground since it's already on the flag, right? But then certain customers who require that we do not identify them on the flag, then we should be putting a customer three-letter code that they have, I guess, submitted to NC 811. And maybe also, Louis, you can chime in as well, or somebody from 811. I saw somewhere on the website where a lot of the customer have not or has yet to officially declare their how they want their facility to be labeled on the ground. I could be wrong. That's been a little while.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
100%. It's a challenge that we face every single time we look for, whether it's emergency contact information, the annual outreach that we do to the members, the information that that they want to be used for review board purposes, for example. But absolutely, we ask every member to provide that to us. They're not legally obligated to provide it to us, but they are absolutely legally obligated to put those marks on the ground or on a flag to designate who they are. And this has been a challenge for some time. No one's been called out on this yet in enforcement, but this is one of those things that could be called out.
No, I appreciate it, Louis, because that puts us in a little bit of a conundrum, right? We're required to identify the customer label, but the customer has yet to declare it. So, as all of you guys in this room and online understand that, the telecom, the outside plant ownership changes quite a bit. And I always use,
them registering, them telling us what they're going to do, that's a courtesy. So
right.
We ask them, but if you're doing work for them, whoever it is, if you're a contract locator or the locator, you are responsible for meeting that operator's obligation to put something down, even if it's the member code. Okay. It's a legal obligation.
Yeah. And we have been defaulting to that, but we do get a lot of phone calls because the member codes are legacy member codes, right? As opposed to the new company member code. So that does pose a lot of concern. We do get a lot of phone call. Just hypothetical, using an example, we'll put TWC and somebody will call and say, what's TWC? And again, and then we explain that, hey, that's Spectrum, charter. So I bring that up and back to what Lucas's original, concern. You should be seeing some type of a label on the ground, and or you should see it on the flag. As far as foul play, as far as the investigation process itself, if you find any of those to be related to a USSC related locate, I would strongly urge you to contact me immediately for me to follow up on that, because at the end of the day, that's something that has to be addressed and rectified pretty quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, and just for I understand that there's some legacy naming conventions, but they should still be on the ticket that way. In other words, the code that the excavator is trying to match up to the locate marks, the easiest way is to one that to what's on the ticket so that they can have something to compare it to. That would be the easiest way. That doesn't mean that a member can't choose a different way of indicating it, but that can certainly sow confusion in the field. It's best, probably considered a best practice to match what you see on the ticket, on the ground, or the flag for the purposes of letting the excavator know which orange mark goes with which member.
And LRPC is another avenue that you can bring that up as well.
Okay.
locate resolution partnership committee. They do meet and discuss those type things.
You good? I'm good. All right.
Yeah, appreciate that clarification, Louis.
Long way around there. All righty. Justice, what's happening in the excavator world?
We're just digging holes, covering them up. It's busy all over town.
Just digging holes, putting anything in there? Anything going on?
Well, we haven't found the telephone tree yet. We keep finding this roots. No, everything seems to be knocking right along. Your point's well made about not having proper identification on telecom utilities. That's a hard thing. And, my recommendation is you just, if you find, when you find it, I don't know if y'all take pictures of your potholes or not. Then woe be it. We'll just, you just have to deal with their collection.
When you mentioned that you have, say, 4 orange marks, are you doing 4 potholes and finding those 4 facilities?
Absolutely, yeah, but if in an instance where a 5th might get hit, they'll claim them more.
Got it. Yeah. Justice is spot on with the, that would be the way to go to provide evidence to refute the claim that you didn't do your due diligence.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, what,
I would, it's not related to that.
okay.
I was just going to bring up that if you were asking anything new, what's going on, I would just like to say I appreciate the Underground Damage Review Board and the activity they've been doing. For those occasions when your company's outreach to another party is not getting successful reciprocation, and you feel the need to bring it to the Damage Review Board, we've been having success in them appropriately issuing fines. Particularly, I've focused on those excavators that are failing to call 811 and then hit our gas line. Just recently had a $2,500 fine levied for a repeat offender. It's nice to see that the board is willing to take action on those that don't seem to respond to more civil attempts to change their behavior.
It's nice when it's got teeth.
Yeah.
What was that comment?
Recently being Earth Day, and 'tis the season for all of us homeowners to decide that we want to improve the appearance of our home. What are we seeing as far as ticket volume for homeowners and or damages from homeowners doing work around the house? Anything?
I mean, we see the continuation. I mean, it continues to be, follow the typical pattern. Can you hear me?
Hang on a minute. You're coming through when I unplugged it, it jumped over to my computer.
Let me know when you can hear me. Testing 1, 2.
I can hear you, but you're coming through my speakers right now.
Okay. Having some technical. What about the folks on the phone? You're able to hear Robert, myself, and everybody who's talking here this way, right? Clear?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure there was I think it's a localized issue to that room or that speaker, that microphone. But if you can hear me, the bottom line is we see a pattern that, year after year as we get to this time of year, yes, we see more homeowners, doing those projects. Of course, we're ramping up with Safe Digging Month to get that message out. That by itself, prompts more people, but plus there's more activity happening by homeowners. Consequently, there will be damages by homeowners on the increase, just like there is ticket volume on the increase. We're we're roughly, we're right at around 10% probably, a little bit more on the year to date, on the year to date increase over last year. And you know, we're just seeing volume go crazy as we usually do this time of year.
I guess maybe I shouldn't unplug it again.
You change your speaker on bottom.
Hi, Lutz. I guess we're going to have to go off the PC speaker, so we're still good. You guys have to be.
10-4.
Back to you, guy.
Back to me. All right. What's happening with Raleigh Water? Anything exciting?
You know, a lot of Google and Garner.
Yeah.
A lot of Google and Garner. I know Aaron just said they're getting ready to go down East Street, Atlantic Avenue. Is that correct? Correct. They got a 36,000 feet job. Yep. They got coming in. There's a job on Lubbock Avenue that they just talked about. So we're pretty busy right now.
A lot going on. Figure it out. We get it paired.
Now, this for whatever reason, this thing's not wanting to marry up. I've got it on my old school camera here.
Old school camera.
Yeah. One that's built in.
Okay. What else is going on out there? Anything terribly good? I mean, I'm liking that there's people aren't talking about the usual challenges. I think that's a good thing. You look like you got something.
Yeah, I work Cotter's Engineering Design. I know Robert Memory's been here talking about Project Atlas.
Yep. Yep.
Just always like to show up and show our face. We are contracted through the UCC April.
I remember that you got to speak up because it's going.
We got to speak up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mumbling mouse.
I got to be heard.
You know.
You're coming through pretty good actually right now. Thanks.
What Lewis say?
He said you sounded good.
Good. Yeah, one thing we do is we collect shape files from different utility groups. One thing that I've changed is asking for just specific areas, you know, maybe Charlotte, or, I'm sorry, I'm from down in Charlotte too. You know, Raleigh Water, got TIP, future TIP coming in this area. Don't give me the whole, you know, your whole thing because in 5 years, all that's going to change anyway. So that's the way I've approached, like the city of Salisbury. I said, hey, you got one TIP coming in your area. Would you give me that piece of your shape file? Not a problem. Let me know if you need any more. One thing we did do is get PDENC. They came on board. They got a bunch of TIPs that are coming in their area down in Rockingham, you know, in Wadesboro. But that's the approach I've been taking. I mean, just think if you got anything in the way that we could help. Water, sewer, you let them know if there's something coming your way or if they could avoid it. That's one thing I've always thought of. You know, I came from utility myself. That's one thing we always did. We always looked out to see if there was something coming that we could avoid. If we had something, you know, in our plan to build. Anyway, thank y'all. I just always like to say Project Atlas.
All right. I'm excited about Project Atlas. That in conjunction with open roads is going to be pretty doggone amazing, I think. That, you know, sadly that will, or let me rephrase that, not sadly, but that will, the value of that tool
is contingent upon the effectiveness of the designers as, where the folks out boots in the mud. As you said, sometimes you get 4 marks and there's 5 ones. And there are spots that just as I still am so grateful to you for that time on Eatonton Street telling us about the steam lines. There's extraordinary facilities in the ground out there that nobody knows about, or let me rephrase that, they're not members of 811 that folks don't know about. And one of those was a project, they talk about New Bern Avenue. New Bern, once you get down to Eatonton Street, at the old Capitol building, there's old Capitol campus steam lines and cold water return lines that are not, that organization is not part of 811, so you may not know it's there.
They also have an IT system between all the state buildings downtown that are
especially
not located.
Especially on Fayetteville Street. There's a bunch of ITS, ITS infrastructure all over downtown that is not necessarily marked on a regular basis. So you're down there, you're going to encounter some of that. So just be aware. So
whoever your state contacted, if you need to get them to get you to get in touch with their IT people. That's the only way you'll find out about it. That's the only way you'll find out about it.
There's no better locator than groundhog, right? Right, Justin?
That's right.
All right, what else we got? What else is going on out there in the world? Solid water. Huh. What's happening in the world of Spectrum, Don?
Shut you alone.
I mean,
Not much in Wake County. Wake County is what we're doing. Development right now.
Is that part of the rural broadband initiative or program?
Yep. And not a whole lot in Wake County. Not a lot of county rural part in Wake County there.
That's true. Good deal. All right. So, what's that? What do you got going on? What's going on with the world of Vermeer?
Well, as a manufacturer for years and years, we've specialized on the underground side, specialized in the installation equipment. And for several years now, we've had the trailer mounted hydro excavation units, stuff like that. But as it becomes more and more of a necessity and a requirement to daylight, things like that, Vermeer's stepping further into that market. And so now, in addition to our trailer manufacturing, stuff like that, we're getting into the truck market.
Okay.
Got a brand new model called VXT 300, 8-yard truck, 3,500 CFM, big air or water. And at the Utility Expo in Louisville, they're debuting our 12-yard truck. It's a beast, 6,400 CFM. It's a beast. And on the smaller side of things, for years we've had the verifier utility locator. That's good. For crews, what your crews to have, just double check. Or if something's not found and you don't have time to really say, hey, I've got to wait 3 days, just pop online and find it. They've improved that. Now it's the G3 Plus. Has GPS capability and mapping capability. So now you can tie it to your smartphone or your tablet with an app, and you can actually map as you locate. I find that's going to be very good, very beneficial, especially after a couple weeks ago, I was at a UCC meeting down east, and they said that some of their GCs on these new subdivisions are starting to install the conduit for the power lines themselves. And the Greenview utilities, they just come and pull their wire through. The thing I run into is they don't necessarily always go by the map that they're provided. So it's like, is it really there or is it not? Well, with this new Verifier G3 Plus, you can go locate after you pull your wire and everything, and then have an overlay or an as-built that you can overlay over top of your map and say, okay, well, it's close, but here's where it really is. Yep. Instead of just having that guy that remembered 2 years ago, well, we threw it here instead of here. And now you actually have a GPS coordinated map you can overlay.
So Vermeer has that technology to locate and map at the same time?
Yes, sir.
Is it sub-meter mapping? Sub-meter. Is it really close or accurate to your? I'm sorry?
1 inch.
1 inch.
As far as depth, it's within an inch.
No, I'm talking about left or right. So if I locate and I think I'm on it, how close is it gonna be? Okay,
Seriously.
well, that's sub-meter.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's an extension, for those that aren't familiar, some of us are, some of us aren't, but subsurface utility engineering, that capability is there. I mean, again, if you want to take things a step further, with your installation crews, as you're spotting with white paint, and, again, I don't know if this is your standard practice with Hyper Networks or whomever, but if you're spotting your drill head with white paint, you can stick a locator on that. You can GPS it to your as-built, directly from that.
We've had the ability with our directional rigs and the locators for several years with our partnership with Digital Controls to do as-built as you're boring, that data or bore logging.
GPS locator.
And GPS, yeah. So now you can go back and do that after.
Practice that Hyper Networks does do, except we don't have an internal GPS in the. So we use our RD 8100s, 8200s, and we have an external satellite. It's a Juniper Geo. Then we use. But what I'm curious about as far as your equipment, downtown areas, we have lots of trouble getting accurate. In rural areas, it's great, it's spot on, like you said, it's right there. But then when we install a plant downtown and someone goes to survey it, it gets funky. It gets funky. So we've been trying to figure out a solution for that, but have yet to do so.
Will the G3 plus is available? Let's go downtown and then, yeah, because I want to tell you, it's also.
Right, yeah. Okay. This is precisely what the purpose of the UCC meeting is. Here's an opportunity for an installer to work with a manufacturer to help streamline their work process, provide more accurate information for future damage prevention. It doesn't get much better than that. So, thank you. Love to see that demo. Great. All right, what else is going on out there?
That'd be a nice door prize.
I'm not going to steal thunder, but that truck's been traveling next week. I said I'm not going to steal any thunder, because that truck's traveling next week, right?
If we get we have one lined up, but we sold. So we'll have something there.
But
I'll be there.
You can help make a better deal with the person sold the units. Have them come on in. Well, I'm gonna stop there then. So, Parrish, you want to do your presentation?
Yes, sir. Let's see if this works. Lewis, you still online?
10-4, I am here, sir.
All right, keep talking. So I'm going to bump this thing up, sir, if you would, please.
All right. Can you hear me now? How about now? Is it getting better? Can you hear me?
Control to Major Tom.
Nothing wants to
That's
work.
it. Put your helmet on, and I don't remember all the lyrics.
I know, but we're too old to know that part of it.
Right? That's a scary face there, Parrish. Back up just a little bit. Is it working?
All right, what you got now, Lewis?
Well, I got a face of beard looking right at me. That would be you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can barely hear you, even with the Bluetooth speaker.
Lord, all right. I'll try to scream and yell. How about that? See
Those online can hear you perfectly.
That figures. Somehow I knew that was going to be the case.
Do better on my laptop. You can figure that.
But turn off the noise suppression. Maybe that makes a difference. I'll talk loud if you need me to say something, or I'll mute when I'm not.
All right, so welcome to the, if I get anything wrong, I'll just cover your slide for you. If I get anything wrong, you can admit that.
We can't see your slideshow. Maybe we can if we click on the actual, okay, I got you. We got it.
All right, welcome to the Waste UCC for April 2023. April is Safe Digging Month. Hopefully everyone here knew that. Now, my tech's not gonna work. It's okay. I got a finger. Lewis wanted to say it is Safe Digging Month. Hopefully everybody got to celebrate that in one way or another. I still do have some banners in my car. Got 3 of them, so we still got a few more days to the end of the month. Plus, it's going to roll around again next year. If anybody would like one, please reach out to me. I still have those. We had the Common Ground Alliance Conference. The national conference was in Orlando last week. I know Lewis had a chance to attend. I attended. It was about 3 or 4 of us from 811. It was a great conference, and it was good to see a lot of folks that I generally don't get to see that often. Remember 811, every dig, regardless of debt, right? So the survey that was conducted off of why are the excavators not calling the 811 ticket in? Well, we wasn't going that deep. It was one of the major ones. And the law doesn't say, well, if you're not going that deep, you don't have to call 811. The law stipulates if you disturb the ground, whether you're with a shovel, an excavator, or you're driving a stake into the ground, by law, you're supposed to call 811. So please make sure you do that. Last, Safe Digging doesn't end with 811. Thank you for being a force multiplier. I know Justice does a lot in the community, spreading the safe digging message. Don't be out there digging without calling 811. Last but not least, what can we do at 811 to serve you better? Again, it is National Safe Digging Month. We've got a toolkit, and I've got another slide. Trevor, have you got a chance to download this and check it out? There's a lot of great stuff in there that you can still grab, put your presentation together, or print stuff off and actually hand out to individuals that you're coming in contact with. Yeah, it's great, man. You check it out. Treasure hunt. Did everybody enter a treasure hunt? Who has not entered a treasure hunt yet? You don't need $300? All right. So if you go to A11 website, type in treasure hunt, you answer, or you watch 6 videos, unless you already know the answer to them, right? If you're super smart, you already know the answer. Answer 1, 2, 3, 6. If you get them right, your name goes into a pot. Says, hey, you got them right. They're going to be drawing Sunday. We were just talking about it yesterday. He's only got around 700 entries so far, so your chances or your odds are really good at winning. Better than the lottery. The Durham Bulls baseball game was April 12th, and then April 18th, we did a lineman appreciation day. Now, after I leave here, we'll go display my car a little bit, and then I'm going to meet Howard Corey at the NC State baseball game this afternoon. We'll be vending. Are you going out there, Justice?
No, I would love to.
Okay. You got to work, right?
I got to
work.
Yeah.
All right. So if you got a chance to go out there, stop by, see us. I may have some more giveaways besides what I've got here. You never can tell, right? I might have some stuff squirreled away just for you to come up and talk to me. April 18th was also Lineman's Appreciation Day. So thank you for the folks who day in and day out, men and women, keep the electricity flowing for us as a community. April 24th through the 30th, going on this week, is Locator Appreciation Week. So we know that good, timely, accurate locates are the first line of defense to keeping not only utilities safe, but the folks who are digging around those. So this is a week to recognize them, spotlight them. We want them to stay safe out there, right? A few years back, we had an incident where a locator was beside the road, right? Not in the road, but close to the curb, and a vehicle kind of swerved over a little bit, not off the road, but in the curb line, and had extended mirrors, and it clipped the locator, headed back to the traffic. It spun him around a little bit, bruised him, not anything that he had to miss work for, but we think about those things. So use cones, flagging, barricading vehicles if you have to be out anywhere close to traffic. Obviously have your proper vest on where you can be seen, especially in the twilight hours, early day, late night. So we got locators in the room today? 2, 3. I got something for you after the meeting, so don't go away. Thank you. The weekend before this past one, we were at Martinsville. I didn't go, but they set up Thursday. They worked Friday. I worked Friday and Saturday, and they were there Sunday. Did anybody attend that? All right. So us, along with a few other states, helped put on the Call Before You Dig 250. It was the Xfinity, and I think they're probably going to try to do it again next year. This is 2 years in a row. It seems to be well received. We have a good time out there as well. You can become a safety partner with NCA. So if you're out there working with somebody and they're talking about it, or you just want to talk about becoming a safe digging partner, they can sign the pledge. They can get recognized as a safe digging company. They can get some high-speed, low-drag stickers that goes on their helmet to identify them as a safe digging partner. Hopefully, you don't roll up on a damage where somebody's got the stickers on. I'm just kidding. It happens, right? But yeah, if somebody wants to be a safe digging partner, they can follow the URL right here at the bottom right to find out more about that. So everybody who have signed up for that, thank you very much for being a safe digging partner. All right, so we're looking at the locates, and this is going to be for March of last year versus last month. And you can see across the state of North Carolina, tickets increased 13.3%. Year to date, that's going to be January, February, March, almost a 17% increase in the ticket total. So even though it is wild, we were looking at the numbers earlier, they're actually down in Wake County. Transmissions year to date, March last year versus last month, 11.5%. And then year to date, 14% increase. So it's every month it's going to keep increasing. Wake County, the 3 hour did increase 42.7. The new tickets are actually down almost 11%. Unfortunately, the ticket updates, 14.6% increase. So again, I know we're preaching to the choir here that if don't call a ticket in before you have the proper permits. Don't call a 1 in 3 to 4 to 5 weeks prior to you starting, because everybody's behind locating. You're just adding lemon to the injury, right? You're rubbing salt to the wound, because you're now being part of the problem why they can't get those locates. So please be accurate with your requests for that locate. Last month they had 1,299 locates averaging per day in Wake County. Year to date, 3 hour is up 101%. The new tickets are down just a little under 1%. The ticket updates, 21.9%. And the average locates per day in Wake, 1,300 year to date. So still, I don't know how y'all keep up with the locates. It's crazy. So out of the 29,874 tickets that were called in Wake, you can see Chief Wave Arena made the list. Apex made the list. Obviously, Raleigh always tops at 12,322. We've got Wake Forest, Wendell, and some of the smaller ones, the Willow Springs, Zebulon. Even Durham made the list in Wake. So the damages that reported not only to the Common Ground Alliance, the 811, Wake County had 161. Did Dominion have any damages they reported last month? Did? Okay. What was the root cause? Not maintaining clearance?
Generally speaking, with damages on our pipeline, about 30% are about failure to call, and then you've got about 30% excavator, more like 40 to 50% excavator, and then the remainder is operator error.
It just blows my mind that 30% of the excavators out there just decide not to call. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. So the Underground Damage Prevention Review Board met April 18th, and that was at the Greensboro Event Center. Did anybody attend that in person or online? I mean, via the phone? Okay. The North Carolina Locate Resolution Partnership Committee is going to meet May 17th. Again, if you have issues out there with, folks not doing things, there is another forum you can address that as well. That's going to be at the Greensboro 811 Event Center, and that does start at 11. The board meeting took place the 21st, and if anybody goes to the board meeting, yes, you go.
No,
No,
I had a work conflict.
okay, no problem. And then the state UCC is going to meet July the 11th, Dominion Energy in Concord, and that's going to take place at 10 a.m. So that one should be a hybrid as well. If you can't physically be there, you should be able to join online. Coming up, May 3rd to the 5th, we've got the joint UCC conference, and that is going to take place in Cherokee. Is anybody planning to attend besides Sandra? All right, cool. Yeah, thank you. You guys are bending up there, aren't you? Yeah. Sandra, you got anything to add to that? I'm sure the hotel rooms are probably all gone.
We could probably, if
Squeeze somebody
someone
in?
needed one, we could probably get, our representative there to hook you up.
Okay. So if you have a burning desire to attend, it's going to be a good time. If you've ever been to one, you know, if you've never been to one, you don't know what you're missing. All right, it's good stuff. You can even wear your 811 hat.
I'll wear it. 276 people that are attending.
276 attending?
And we've got 33 vendors, plus
Okay.
their guests.
Cool. Very good. Thank you. So hopefully, I won't be there, but you guys will have a good time. I wish I could be there, but the boss won't let me go. We are hiring an 811, so if you know somebody who would like to work for a great organization, we've got some positions open. Now, it's going to be some day, evening, night, and some weekends, holidays. Obviously, we take tickets 24/7, and we only take those emergency tickets, right? So your regular ticket, even though you call in at 7, it doesn't start till 11:59. But we do have the job open. Now, there is some training on site in Greensboro, but once you're up and running, good to go, you get check mark off. Most of the folks are working from home. CSRs are working from home. T-shirts, flip-flops, shorts, whatever it is. But you have to be dedicated to that position. So if you know somebody who would like to join the team, let them know. Again, we have the URL here, National Safe Digging Month. There's packets in there that you can actually go and steal. We put it together for you to do that, please. You're not stealing, we're giving it to you. We're inviting you to go check that Safe Digging Month toolkit out. There's your good-looking NC 811 education team. And again, a copy of this presentation along with, I don't know what that video is going to look like. It's kind of hit and miss, but it will be uploaded to the NC UCC website along with the sign-in roster. So for the folks who are online, I will transcribe their information onto the sign-in sheet. If you want to get a hold of somebody's contact information, you can go to the NC UCC website, go to Wake County, scroll to the bottom, and we've got it broken up in years and in the months we've met, and you can click on it and, hey, I need to get Joe Bob from 2 years ago. It'll be there, okay? All right, barring any questions and or comments, that concludes my presentation.
I do want to say one more thing. Robert, peel your ears for this one.
I know USIC gets a lot of flack. They have a lot of tickets, as you guys just saw, but I will say when the tickets go past due, they've been really responsive in helping us get those tickets caught up. In particular, James Sadler, Preston McNeil, Demetrius Moore. They've been, it's definitely, from what I've seen, it's improved a lot from the past. So that's really appreciated.
Hey, Robert, USIC getting accolades in here.
Thank you for sharing some positives. It's always appreciated. Yeah, always greatly appreciated. You know, so often we tend to make complaints about what's not happening. Right. It's nice to hear some things that are happening that are on the positive. So, any other comments, questions, suggestions? None.
Yeah. What do you guys have for lunch that Lewis and I are missing out being remote?
Here's something. I don't know who it is.
It's Lewis. Say again, Lewis.
Robert.
Robert.
Yeah. What's for lunch?
It's Lewis's long long lost brother, Robert. We seem to be getting mixed up a few times today.
I've seen the movie Twins. Not sure who's Danny DeVito, but.
Yeah, until we stand side by side. Yeah, for sure. Okay. No, hey, Guy, thank you very much for doing what you do. Appreciate you being there. If I may ask, how much longer are you at the helm of the Wake County UCC?
He's not going anywhere.
Okay, very good, very good.
You're not
I'll
going
make sure
anywhere,
you-
right, guy?
Not that I know of.
There you go.
Okay, I want to make sure you
Did
stay
you-
exactly where you are, Guy.
Hey,
He's here
Robert,
for the
did you
long
want to be
haul.
nominated?
It's only been 5 years.
What was the question about nomination?
I
The
thought
guy-
Robert might
guy
want to be
will-
nominated for it.
Oh, Robert's going to
No,
take
no,
the
no,
spot.
no. I nominate Guy to just stay. Definitely.
Who might have anyone from living their best life?
We are looking for a co-chair, so, I mean, Guy said he would share the slice of pie with you.
Yeah, it turns out that the mic is not working really well still. A lot of static.
All of a sudden, right, okay. So the next time this group is going to get together is going to be May 30th. May 30th.
May 30th. All
Yep.
right. It's a busy month. Meet today.
Yeah.
Get together next week in beautiful Cherokee. And then at the
Yeah.
end,
You guys are going to have some great weather
bring your
up there.
clubs. You doing the golf thing on, what is Wednesday?
I'm not able to attend.
Danny, they doing the golf?
Yes, golf is Wednesday. Yep. So
Alrighty.
y'all gonna have some beautiful weather.
Alrighty. And for those online, I hope you enjoy the Chick-fil-A that we're going to have. And thank you again. Thank you, Matt, with Vermeer All Roads. We appreciate you sponsoring. And again, it's been a minute since I've been here. So who's doing it next month? You know, we certainly appreciate out of town folks helping out.
Look at it, Rob.
I'm gonna check to see if we can't get.
That would be great. That would be appreciated. Thank you so very much. All right. Barring any other comments or questions, thank you all for coming, and we'll, those who are going, have fun next week. Be safe, and we'll see you next month.
Thanks, everybody.
Who does? You want to do it? Hey, before we get a lunch.